Hey guys, so today I wanted to talk about a bit of news that I saw the other day that I haven't seen many people talking about, and I think that's because people aren't putting in what this could mean for actors and for people going forward. So this news is that Marvel is working on 31 projects at the moment, and while that's really good news for me as a Marvel fan, I do sort of feel for the actors and for the crew involved. I'm going to choose Tom Holland as a sort of case study for this video because I think he's at a stage of his career where he could really be pushing forward and growing as an actor, as an artist, and as a storyteller, and really playing a whole different bit of roles and really solidifying himself as a great actor, which I think he really is. And if you haven't seen Cherry, go check out that film because he delivers an amazing performance in that. While I know Tom Holland's not going to be in 31 Marvel films going forward, he will be in a lot of them because he's definitely a key figure in Marvel and in the Avengers, and moving forward they want to use him as a key figure and a key superhero in all of their films. And so I think people aren't realizing how maybe damaging this could be for his career. And I'm not saying Marvel are doing this on purpose and are purposely ruining their careers, but I do think they have less of a care for an actor's career than the actor would, and the artist would, of course. And we've seen that through the Scarlett Johansson court case where she won, and it proved that Disney did kind of do something wrong. They did disobey the contract that they gave her, and they don't really care for the artist as much as they probably should. So with Tom Holland, I think he could be exploring himself in many different films, many different characters, and really solidifying himself as a great actor moving forward, much like Timothée Chalamet is. But I think, to his detriment, he's part of Marvel, and while they've given him an amazing career, and while they've helped him out tremendously grow as an actor, they've kind of held him back as well at the same time. And I think people aren't realizing that maybe Marvel are doing too much. Maybe they are overworking their crew, overworking their actors, and we're seeing this with the protests that are going to come up, where a lot of crew and people are being overworked, and I think it involves actors as well. I think Tom Holland could be working on so many different movies, and I really enjoyed watching him in Cherry and seeing his acting chops grow, because in Marvel, he's not able to do that as much. You know, there's so much more green screen work, so much more effects work, and while they're amazing movies, they're not artistic kind of integrity films where he could be exploring a character and really getting his teeth into a script. While this is helping Tom Holland financially, I do think it can be damaging to his career. And that's just a thought I had. You know, I was looking at this news and I'm thinking 31 projects right now is great, but it's an awful lot. And I think for someone like Tom Holland, who's in his 20s, he could really, really learn a lot from working in other films. And Timothée Chalamet and him, I find, are quite easy to compare in the sense that they're both young, around the same age, and they're both really, really talented actors. But if you look at Timothée Chalamet's career, he's choosing different kinds of films, he's playing different characters in each one, and now he's doing Dune. And so by him being in Dune, that's now a franchise that he's going to be a part of, but he's had the freedom to do other things like upcoming Willy Wonka film, Beautiful Boy, and so many other movies that he's been Oscar nominated for as well. And so I think you can compare them in a way and see one person who's been able to grow as an actor and be in so many different films and really get into the art form, and another one who would love to do that, because I've seen interviews with Tom Holland and he really respects the art form of acting and he wants to be one of those actors moving forward, but he's not getting that opportunity with Marvel. And I think as much as Marvel are good in giving an actor a career and growing an actor's platform, they are bad in holding back an actor and holding back where they could go. And at the end of the day, they're a corporation, they're a business, and if you look at their movies, they're all semi-formulaic, and you know kind of what's going to happen because they know what brings in the most money. And so they're not caring about Tom Holland's career moving forward, just like they didn't care about Scarlett Johansson at the end of her contract when they kind of did something they weren't allowed to do. They're not worried about that. They're just worried about how they can make the most profit, as any business is and as any business should be. So I'm not bagging Marvel for this, but I do think they are holding back Tom Holland in such an extreme way, and it's sad because I don't want to see him leave Marvel. I don't want to see him not play Spider-Man, but I think he's doing too much with them, and I think going forward he's going to be involved in way too much. every week you see a new Marvel news thing where Marvel's working on this, then Marvel has this coming out, and these actors aren't getting a break if they're contractually signed to Marvel and Disney. They have to be in this stuff, and they have to do what Marvel tells them, and I think that it is a detriment to him. And so that's just the thought I had. I saw this news and I'm thinking 31 films is amazing, but it's just a little bit too much for me and for how I feel the actors should be treated, because it is tough and they should be having the freedom to go out and work on other things, and I don't think Tom Holland has that.